Well, I was a big Family Matters fan. That was like my favorite show as a kid. Well, I had a lot of favorite shows, but I think it was my favorite sitcom and probably still is. Urkel was like the nerd. He was really like the biggest nerd that I knew in the 80s and 90s. You know, where he's got all the technical gadgets and everything, and like he's really super smart, but he's kind of absent-minded too, and like, you know, stumbles around, causes lots of damage to that to the Winslow residents.
I was a big TGIF kid.
Yeah, and Family Matters was on there for a while. There's Full House, but I always liked Family Matters the best. But you know, he stopped playing the Urkel character for a long time, and you never would think he would never go back to that. I mean, what he doesn't have to or anything.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of like insulted by it, because I know...
I don't think he was insulted. Jaleel White, he was, you know, he did a lot of other stuff. He did Sonic and like... Yeah. He's a really capable actor, because even when you look at Family Matters, the things they threw at him that he had to do, like in this episode, you're going to invent this machine that turns you into Elvis or something.
Yeah, so, I always loved those ones. Yeah,
and he does like a spot-on Elvis impression. And then there's
one Bruce Lee one is probably one of my favorites ever, especially when him and Carl... when they get trapped in the evidence room.
Yeah.
And then there's, you know, Stefan, you know, we become Stefan.
Urkel.
Stefan Urkel, who's basically like this really arrogant, like
complete opposite.
The cool version of the opposite, basically, of Steve.
Well, one of the funniest things I saw on YouTube, and the funniest thing I've seen in a long time, was he played Urkel again for like the first time in like, geez, I mean, since the 90s. And he did it to promote weed, and with Snoop Dogg. And have you seen this video?
No.
So he has like a strain of weed or something?
We
or
are
like...
watching it right now. Okay, this is the only way this could go down.
Does he? What?
It's like probably 5. Okay, so yeah, I'll explain a little bit. So Jaleel White came out with his own strand of weed. It's called Purple Urkel.
Whoa!
Yeah. And what's so funny about this is that like those shows, I'm just letting it sink in with you first.
Purple Urkel.
Yeah. So there you go. So those shows back then, you remember they were always telling you not to smoke weed, like, or not to do drugs.
Turn your guns in and stuff like that too.
Yeah, it was like, you know, these PSAs on these 90s shows, like it was always, you know, don't do drugs. That was what I was told. But I mean, I guess weed now has become a lot more common. It's like it's more accepted. And I guess it's
becoming legal. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess people aren't known to have too horrible of incidents. It seems like everybody like is fine with it. Me, on the other hand, I mean, I've had nothing but bad experiences with weed. We could talk about that another time.
Me too,
actually, I would love to know. Actually,
okay,
yeah,
it is in my book too. But anyway,
okay, cool.
Sure, we could talk about experiences with weed later. But Urkel comes back to smoke weed with Snoop Dogg, and like just to see Steve Urkel laughing and snorting over weed. And it goes into this like hallucination thing in the middle.
Yeah.
Because oh my God, it's just the most. He brings the character back in the most unexpected way ever. I was laughing so hard. I played it like 6 times in a row. I just couldn't get enough of it. So it was so funny. I don't know. Here, just check it out. Let me find it.
I grow my own.
Purple Urkel.
Steve Urkel got his own weed.
Indeed. Purple Urkel.
The line that Snoop Dogg says, he's like, you know, when I smoke, the weed gets high.
The weed gets high. Yeah, that's pretty good.